Hello and welcome to Clash of the Titans 2 with your host Leroy, covering TechTown, yes, the barricaded hill of Techno Vikings. Now, it's been a while since we last updated, but some exciting things have happened. If you haven't guessed, yep, I'm still alive, and so are many other people. We are the only town with everyone alive. It could be a bit of a burden considering we do need a meaty bone at some point, and we are struggling water-wise, but we have a lot of blueprints to open. Yes sorry, let's just get straight into the town. Yep, so we are currently on day 8 and the attack is covered no problem. A lot of the other towns have about a 500 attack, so we can probably expect our spike tomorrow or the day afterwards. Water is our biggest problem and we have a lack of buildings, but yeah, we have so many blueprints to open, it's crazy. Let's go into the construction site. I'll show you what we've got at the moment. We've got most things on 1 AP to finish. We haven't put stuff into water turrets purely because you don't have the water. But yeah, everything else, 1 AP, 1 AP, 1 AP. This is the joy of TechTown. Oh yeah, look at that. We are, just thankfully we can actually put our CP into converting because it's not going to waste there. We still haven't had our labyrinth built yet because there's no real need. We'll probably have to finish it tomorrow, but we have got a plan concerning our blueprints. I'll get to that in a bit. We'll get straight to the map. So it has been a while since I last updated. I am sorry about that, but in case you didn't realise, yep, camping for me went successfully, and so did the other guy who was camping the Pikea furniture at the top left. And yeah, you can see we've got a lot of blueprints from a lot of buildings. We've camped about 8 times already. What happened is I camped the nuclear bunker, we went back into the ruins. The ruins are pretty much fully depleted now, there's not anything that good in there. But I also done a bit of scouting, found a warehouse, somebody else camped that successfully, yep. Max Atomic Cafe was camped, so was the fast food restaurant and the garden shed, as well as the Home Depot. And the Pikea furniture, of course, with the mini-mart. That just leaves the Motel 666 to be camped, which is going to be a bit of a jaunt. We're going to have to get a team of people up there just to get that camped successfully. And then of course the nearby buildings, oh yeah, and the old hydraulic pump as well. We probably have got a lot more buildings out in the wilderness, but it's just a bit difficult. I mean, look at, this is what happens when you don't have good control of the first day. It's something we could have improved on, but we are doing well regardless. So I think that's going to be pretty much it for us and the blueprints, unless we head into the red and do some long expos, which would be very difficult. But we're relying on these devastators and they're just not that reliable. Yeah, they can run out of batteries rather quickly. It's a bit concerning. The Kruger actually found the hacksaw today, so that's going to make converting scrap tons easier. I can imagine we're just going to get through all this scrap in no time. So we are going to be a-okay resource wise. It's just those rare resources. We have got things like veggie plot, you might have noticed, and we haven't built that yet. We have a reason. We do have a reason. There's only one real thing us techs need food for, and that's to go scavenging and build personal stuff, of course. What's really important is water, and we have a lot of blueprints to uncover, but we might not actually get a good water building, which would screw us over. So let's just see what we can see in the houses. We've got a rare, a common, a rare, a rare, a very rare, 2 more rares, and a lot of commons, and another very rare. Yes, I think we got one of the very rares from the ruins actually, but was that already used? I can't remember. Regardless, there has been a bit of concern that we are actually on a small town rules. People, the town founders, are wondering, okay, we haven't really found many good blueprints from sealed chests, and the attacks have been rather low. After all, the maps did start off with things built like the portal lock and the watchtower, and that would explain a lot, to be honest. And is there any point going for long range scavenging if you're not going to find many more chests only for those buildings? It's an issue which people aren't too sure of, but it would make a lot of sense if that was true. So we need more confirmation from other towns to see just how many sealed chests they found. But tomorrow we are actually most likely going to be cracking open our blueprints. We are waiting for a certain blueprint, and that is the common one, Wall Upgrade version 2, because then you can read your uncommons and that will unlock another type of building, which will unlock another rare one. Hopefully aiming for the super rare, is it on super rare? The evolusive wall, which is very decent indeed. It's a long plan. It's all based on chance. Who knows what will happen, to be honest. But if we get some good water buildings, we'll be finishing off vegetable plot and maybe even grape boom. But that's our plan. We aren't that desperate for food. We only need food for emergency missions, and we've still got a load amount of pharmaceutical products, plus because we haven't had any deaths, we haven't had any bones to finish up the labs, so we've just got standard labs. So all we can do now is carry on converting and searching and trying to get rare equipment, but of course we need doggy bags and stuff for that, and there is the water issue. It has been rather hectic, and I am very impressed that nobody has actually died. People are getting more to grips. There's still a bit of miscommunication in town, but we are doing well indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing what the blueprints for tomorrow holds. If we have another lame attack and we don't unlock War Upgrade version 2, we might pull it off another day. We'll just have to see. So TechTown's rather fortunate. We are currently in the lead because we haven't been 10%ed while camping, while all the other towns have pretty much. And that is a little bit of a curse in a way, because you need more water to keep the town going, and there's no chance, there's a harder time to actually find the souls for bonus points, and you need somebody to die occasionally just so you can get a meaty bone, so you can get a human bone and build that engine. But we are getting points, so we're just gonna have to make do. It would be highly amusing if we actually reached the situation where we had something like reactor and somebody had to kill themselves just so we can build a bloody engine. Oh, that would be amusing, I must say. Let's check out the other towns. Revenge of the Inglorious Bastions. And yeah, you can see the amount of deaths they have. Not nice, but what is nice is they have got the guard tower. Oh my, yes, that is going to be very useful for them indeed. You can already tell, look at that. They've got 763 defense, way more than they actually need today. So, Revenge of the Glorious Bastions, the best building they could have hoped for. They can't fully put out all that defense purely because of the amount of deaths they have, but it is going to help them very much during the end game, so well done there. Servants of the Silver Shovel. They've only got 3 deaths. What can you really say? They're doing quite well regardless. Impressive defense, and their map is very much under control. So what can you really say about these guys apart from they are doing very well indeed. The Camouflage Mounds of 1,000 Crow Statues. They have 2 deaths, and ooh, they've got a bit of a high attack. Hopefully they should be able to meet it, but they do have things like water filter, automatic sprinklers built. They have got some very decent, I mean, they've got a very fun map. Look at this map. We've got to be careful actually. They could it does look like it's clear. I keep forgetting that Oval Office, if it's not within the watchtower range, all this at the top, all these buildings, is most likely red, but it looks like they've cleared it. I keep forgetting that is a problem with Oval Office. It just looks nicer than it really is. Yes sirree. So that could have been like that with the Servants of the Silver Shovel. You have to look at the actual town maps to actually know. Regardless, I hope they meet their attack. Infested Canteen of Worms. They've got, was it 5 deaths now? They're doing reasonable. They've got the automatic sprinkler as well, some other water defensive buildings, which makes sense. Yep, still early days indeed. I camped your mum. It looks like they've got a very impressive map as well. Who knows exactly how it looks, but they're just under today's attack. They should probably be finishing that off tonight. They also have things like the Great Boom. Yeah, no problems here whatsoever. They've got the water purifier up, which is interesting. They'll be probably swimming in water if they actually got the filter. But yeah, as again, early days. Doing it doggy style with 4 deaths. They've got an impressive array of buildings. They've got the hen house, and but no veggie plots, so that's different. They've got the Eden project, so water should be pretty decent for them, considering that. Yeah, what can you really say? They're going to meet today's attack. Let's just hope for no more silly deaths. My dog camped your mum. What happened here? GH Jobbins and OCG Telsa. Death by dehydration. That just seems silly. Did they give up? It's very hard to comment on things like that, but yeah, it's disappointing. That's all you can really say. But don't let that get to you the rest of the time. You can still finish in a reasonable place. You might even get the A game. You never know. They could have the souls for all of these people, and that could really tip the tide at the end with those bonus points. and Barricaded Hill of Techno Vikings. We've already covered us. We've got lots of buildings waiting to be finished, and yeah, that's all we can really say. We just want to see exactly what we're going to get from our blueprints. So that's the end of this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see when I can do the next videos, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the end game, seeing exactly what's going to happen. Take care.